ESPN presents the more than $1 million Corvette Challenge. Race number 1 from Phoenix International Raceway.
For years, the North American fascination with the high-performance automobile could be summed up in one word: Corvette. Well, that comes to the racetrack in the form of the Corvette Challenge. Hi everyone, I'm Larry NUBER, and this is sunny Phoenix, Arizona for the opening round of the 1989 Corvette Challenge Series. I'm standing by our fastest qualifier, but I'm in 6th position on the grid. This is Bill Cooper's car. Like so many short tracks in America, the start is quasi-inverted, and the fastest qualifier starts all the way back here. But there's an even bigger challenge in today's race. It's a challenge that many of these drivers have never faced, and no one is exactly sure how it will turn out. For more on that, our hosts for today's show, Jim Paulson and John Powell.
What Larry is saying is that only 3 of the 20 drivers in this race have raced on an oval before.
Well, the questions in Larry's mind are certainly legitimate as we prepare to launch the Corvette Challenge 1989. Here's its originator, Mr. John Powell.
Thank you, Jim. Larry's right. But while the drivers' differences may be apparent, the cars are all equal. Every one of these Chevy Corvettes was built at Bowling Green, Kentucky. It's exactly the same Chevy Corvette that you can buy at a Chevy dealer. All we've done is add a roll cage, shave the Goodyear Eagle tires, and make a few refinements for racing required by safety regulations.
John, the heartbeat of America is about to pound here at Phoenix. Let's have a look at the starting grid. Now, remember, the top 6 on the grid are inverted, so young Shawn Hendricks has the pole.
Right beside him, the Valley Chevrolet teammate, Willie Lewis.
Number 3, Randy Ruhlman out of Concord, California.
He's beside Texan Tommy Riggins.
Now, your fastest 2 qualifiers in row 3, Scott Legacy from St. Augustine, Florida.
And Bill Cooper in red car number 3.
Watch out for row number 4. Kim Baker is in car number 5.
But it's the old veteran Johnny Rutherford to watch. We're glad he's back for year 2 of the Corvette Challenge.
Yes, it's just as the name implies, a challenge. And it really is that, because the cars, you know, I came in, and when I started, I drove last year, the first year of the series, and when I got in the car, I kept trying to drive it like a race car. Well, it is a race car in that it's got bright colors on it and numbers and a lot of signage and everything. But it's not that kind of a deal. It's a showroom stock type of thing. So it's a lot like trying to drive fast in your passenger car. But these are very, you know, they're a little bit more than that. I shouldn't downgrade them by any means. But to have 20 or 25 or 30 cars that are so evenly matched, boy, it is tough. And if you don't qualify well, then you've got a real serious problem.
Well, here's a track level look at the rest of the field as they start the pace lap. Incidentally, track temperature upwards of 110 degrees today. That is warm even for April in Phoenix.
Jim, last year's Corvette Challenge champion Stu HAYNER is almost last on the grid, and with no experience on this oval, I don't know how he'll move up.
Well, John, we've seen the starting grid. If we were betting men, who do you think you might go for today?
Well, we all have our favorites. There are some young lions in this series. There are some people with experience. The guy I would pick is driving an EDS car with NASCAR experience. I put my money on Tommy Riggins.
Oh, I don't know, John. That Exxon Corvette with Johnny Rutherford, he's got the oval experience. I'd have to put my dollar there. Larry, how about you?
You might think that Johnny Rutherford, with his 3 500-mile race wins and his acknowledged mastery of the ovals, would be my pick to win this race, but I don't think so. He has found the Corvette Challenge tough sled. I like the chances of 9th starting Andy Pilgrim. I've seen him win races of attrition before, and this could be another one.
Well, we're set for the Corvette Challenge in the bull ring at Phoenix as the cars warm up. We'll get ready to come back with a green flag. Welcome back to Phoenix International Raceway for the Corvette Challenge. I'm Jim Paulson, along with John Powell and Larry NUBER. We start race number 1.
Hendricks is just a fraction in front of Lewis as they go down into corner 1, and look at the action in the back. 4 abreast down into corner 1.
You know, if they were leery of this oval before the start of the race, John, a lot of the guys are showing some rather adventurous spirit here already on the start.
It's fast and it's hot as Lewis is going high. Hendricks low down as they come through on the dogleg of the back straight, and Cooper behind. 3 teammates in the lead.
And I tell you, Cooper's having a battle back there in 3rd spot for that 3rd and 4th place. But look at Willie hang on to his teammate as they come through another corner.
120 miles an hour down the front straight here, 145 degrees. Inside their Corvettes, it's hot as they go through corner 1 on lap 2.
Now, from that green flag, it's a 45-minute format, right, John? They run for 45 minutes here.
45 minutes, and Lewis is already very, very tight to Hendricks, and Cooper is catching up.
So here we are with a 3-car battle for the lead right off the top.
And all these cars on the same team.
By the way, our man Larry NUBER is down at pit row watching things for us. What have you got this early in the race, Larry?
There was some speculation just how fast could the Corvettes be on a 1-mile racetrack. After all, they are 3,300 pounds, and these are not what you would recognize as world-class high-performance racing engines. Very strong for the street, of course, but they really weren't originally designed for running on racetracks. But as you can see, the speeds, and this is not even the highest watermark of the speed on the front stretch, are matching the temperatures here at Phoenix. It's well over 100 degrees and well over 100 miles per hour out on the racetrack.
Well, Larry's got the warm job. It is cool up here in the play-by-play booth. Temperature about, I'd say 70 degrees, John. But, is it hot out here on the track right now? Look at this.
Lewis is the meat in the sandwich, but he's going low down into corner 1.
He's got beautiful graphics in that car. You can't miss the yellow taking over the lead here, and he holds on to it, John.
2 red cars, but it's very fast, and Cooper is moving high, and now down low, but he's bobbled, and when he bobbles, he loses speed. And Hendricks is pulling away from him.
You know, I really thought in that pass that Hendricks was almost going to lose it there. Is there such a thing as a draft, John, or the wind affecting them at all on this oval?
You know, the hole that the lead car punches through the air is very, very valuable, but mistakes are more costly. And now we've got Cooper going low, Hendricks high, trying to make up on it. And Lewis is running away.
Hold it now. Cooper's going to come down low on the inside, and he's got Hendricks who goes high. Will he hold on to it? He's through. He's got him.
And Tommy Riggins catches as Hendricks bobbles, and that's the problem as they fight with each other. The guys from behind come up and watch. Here comes Riggin on the inside.
Oh, look out. The NASCAR veteran is going low here, John. Let's see if it's a good choice for him.
Too tight, too low. He costs speed for him, and there goes Hendricks pulling away. It's so precise on the oval, and there's Riggins' teammate Legacy in the EDS car catching up.
Team strategy might be the big factor here at Phoenix right now. The Valet Chevrolet team, and of course the Texas American EDS team, they're all in the top 5. In fact, with more on that right now, we have Larry NUBER back along pit road.
This has turned out to be a race of teams. The team running in 4th and 5th right now of Scott Legacy and Tommy Riggins. Actually, Riggins is 4th and Legacy is 5th. 10 days ago it was just a dream. It was a theory. This entire operation has been put together in about a week and 2 days period of time. They did not even think they would be able to get on the racetrack here this weekend in Phoenix, and here they are running comfortably in the top 5, the Texan American Corvette team.
All right, Larry, here's your leader, Willie Lewis out of Falmouth, Maine. He's being chased by Hendricks and Cooper, the Texas American team that Larry talked about, right behind him.
Riggins is strong from Legacy, and look at JR. Lone Star JR Rutherford is catching up in the Exxon car. Here it is inside. Look how much the steering wheel moves. It's 120 miles an hour down through the dogleg, down to corner 3, and Rutherford is a little slow coming out, but now he goes into corner 3. Watch him go low inside, catching right up here, Jim. And Legacy is going underneath Riggins. Isn't this exciting?
I love it, and you know, I don't know about you, John, but just riding with a 3-time Indy 500 winner has got to be quite an experience in this Corvette Challenge.
Rutherford is catching up now. He's going to make a move down into corner 1. The lights are on.
Okay, Johnny Rutherford moves up now, and in fact, he seems to go to the inside. Nope, doesn't quite catch him there, John.
The low line is not the fast line. JR says that. He loses speed coming out of 2, and then he gains it going down into 3, and he's closing up on Riggins. Watch this battle as 2 oval veterans. There's Rutherford low, Riggins high, down, out of the corner. Watch it. It's side by side. Riggins and Rutherford, and Jim, they almost touching, side by side. Now he makes his move. Rutherford on the inside. Riggins is high.
Well, Riggins doing everything he can to hold him off here. No, Johnny's low line is going to work this time. No, it doesn't. He taps him, John.
Look at Riggins shaking his fist. He's angry, and Rutherford's inside as they go side by side into corner 3.
And I love watching Kim Baker in the red car. He's sniffing around both these cars, trying to gain some advantage himself, John.
No advantage. Rutherford has the position. That makes Rutherford 5th, Riggins 6th, Baker 7th.
They come through in order, and in fact, oh no, I think we see smoke now, John, out of Riggins' cars.
There's something wrong with Tommy Riggins' car. I think it's oil smoke, and Baker gets by.
Strange to see that sort of problem crop up in these brand new Corvettes, but it is puffing away here, John.
Let's look at the instant replay for the action. Now watch Rutherford coming out of 3 down the straight. Look how close he is. 120 miles an hour, and you can see on the Sony Handycam shot, look at his wheel moving. He's crossed up and sideways through corner 1 as they go to corner 2, and then take a bang, he hits Riggins, and you see the car moving around. 120 miles an hour, they're behaving like it's traffic.
Riggins comes in along pit row. His crew will be waiting. Can he get back into the battle at Phoenix on the oval? He'll certainly try. We'll be back with the rest of this race in just a moment, right after this break. This is the leader of the Corvette Challenge in Phoenix, Willie Lewis, car number 80. He's led from lap number 3. We're now on lap 30, and he has not been severely challenged.
One man who could have done that was Tommy Riggins, but he's out of the race now. He's with Larry NUBER in the pits.
If there was a pre-race favorite as of, say, Thursday or Friday, it was Tommy Riggins. Tommy, I thought it might be easy pickings for you, but it wasn't easy all weekend, was it?
No, it hasn't been easy picking since we've been here. It's unfortunate that our car had a problem, but it's had an oil leak since the first lap. It's made it real greasy. It's just hard to get going.
You didn't have a chance at all then?
No, we needed a caution to get in and fix whatever the problem was.
Tommy, I think we're all kind of surprised. It's been very smooth sled. Everybody seems to be paying attention, taking their time with this. No incidents.
Yeah, it's been fairly surprising. Johnny got a little aggressive over there, but I just think he wanted it pretty bad. I'd have let him go if he did, because I knew the oil was coming down on me.
Well, Larry, Riggins was John Powell's pick to win this one today. Here's a look at the guy that you said would do it, Andy Pilgrim. He's looking pretty strong so far. Right now, battling for 6th place with Kim Baker, and in fact, a good fight.
Jim, no matter what Riggins says, nobody gives up anything easily here. And Pilgrim has Baker in his sights, and he wants him real bad. The action is tight, and you'll notice that while all these cars are battling from 2nd through to 6th place, Willie Lewis is running away.
You betcha, and he doesn't care what is going on behind him. Again, we watch Pilgrim coming up on Baker, but no, he will not make a move, at least in the dogleg. Here's a pass, John.
Legacy in the EDS car is inside Hendricks. Legacy low, Hendricks high, and he's got it, taking it away from him under the Goodyear Bridge as they go down in front of the fans at the stripe. And Legacy, car number 17, ahead of red number 7. Hendricks must be really getting upset. He's now back in 7th place.
Well, hold it now. It seems to me chatting with Sean before the race. His race strategy was to duck down low, keep the inside. He just blew it away there, John.
Well, he didn't expect to run low and lose the race. Legacy's charging. Look at him. He's running high. Hendricks is low as they pass Freddie Baker. Wow, it's tight.
Great racing. Let's head now to pit row where Larry NUBER is chatting with Legacy's crew chief, Danny Cullemeyer.
Has he given you any idea of track conditions? Is it slippery? Are the tires going away? Anything like that?
Car's coming back in. We're shooting for a little push to start with. The car should become neutral. It's starting to come around. We're really saving it right now, creating a little pace for it. We're seeing what we can do. Tires are going to probably be a problem here. We anticipate some tire wear. The tire's going away, so if we can save the car, hopefully we'll be in a better position at the end.
Jim, now there's a crew chief for you. Everything's a problem. These Corvettes are running on street legal Goodyear Eagle Gator backs, and the name of the game is preserve your tires. Johnny Rutherford here is currently in 5th place, knows all about looking after your tires and looking after the oval. Here's what he had to say earlier today about some of the younger guys in the race and how he feels they may handle this oval.
Most of the guys are a little hesitant because they don't quite understand, but they catch on very quickly. And it's a situation where I go out there and it's a race now. I've got to try to pass the guys in front of me and get to the lead, and that's the name of the game.
You know, the footage we have of John here in the car, he looks so determined driving around this oval today, John.
You know, he told us it takes finesse. Look at the concentration on his face, and it's so darn hot, Jim. 145 degrees behind the wheel of that Corvette. They are not running the air conditioning because it costs them power.
Johnny Rutherford, my favorite for the big race in the oval here at Phoenix today. Looking good, John.
Rutherford's got to be making a move. It's the closing moments of the race. Rutherford is looking for a win.
Here's how they stand as we head into the last minutes of the race. Watch out for Johnny Rutherford. He may be getting ready to make a move here. We'll be back right after this break. We're back with the Corvette Challenge 1989, the first event, more than $1 million at stake this year. Here's your leader at Phoenix after 53 laps, Willie Lewis, a new name, well out ahead of everyone else in the field here in the oval, John.
Jim, the reason he's out in front, I believe, is because everybody has been fighting for 2nd through 6th, and while they're busy fighting for position, Willie Lewis has driven away.
There's Willie's wife, Randy, looking very excited along pit road, John, no question.
And there's Bill Cooper in 2nd place. Bill has been fast all day. Qualified first, started 6th, and now he's in 2nd place.
Larry Nuber with his crew chief, Greg Lang, whose team also includes our leader.
What are you hearing from the drivers? Are you in contact with all 3 of them?
We are in contact with all 3 of them. Everybody says their car is working good. Cooper says the car is beautiful and he can do it, and they're just biding their time right now.
All right, now tell us the truth. You got Hendricks and Lewis and Cooper. You got 3 of them up there. Who are you pulling for?
I'm pulling for Baker to get up there too.
That is really a team answer, John. Here's a look at Kim Baker, in fact. He's not doing too badly right now.
Baker and Pilgrim going at it tooth and nail. That's been a race-long story with these 2 cars.
You know, Pilgrim is really beginning to reel him in. He's right up on that rear bumper now, and I would think we're looking at Andy making a move here in a moment or so.
You're right. There goes Pilgrim on the inside into corner 1. Inside Baker. Will he take it, Jim?
Here's a fight for 6th place overall, and boy, both of them want to hang on to this, John.
Side by side as they go through 1 into 2, and Pilgrim has it. Pilgrim passes Baker. Larry, that's your man.
Andy dropped back all the way to about 13th to 14th position. But remember I told you he was an attrition racer. As cars dropped out or slowed down in front of him, he would move up. Well, he has. He's up to 6th. But a winner, I don't know. It's going to be tough with less than 8 minutes to go.
Well, look at this trio. The fight for 3rd, 4th, 5th, Legacy, Hendricks, Rutherford, and what is John going to do here, John?
Legacy leads this pack in the number 17 car. Hendricks in the red number 7, and Johnny Rutherford in the Exxon car. Drags back a little bit as they go through the dogleg. Watch him pick up. Hendricks closes up on Legacy. Rutherford closes up on Hendricks, and he's inside at corner 3.
Oh, Lone Star JR makes a move on Hendricks here. I think they touched there, John, I'm sure.
Rutherford staying low, and he's lost a little bit of momentum as they go down the front straight here. Can he close up again? It's so important.
Okay, let's have a Sony peek here. Rutherford now just coming up on Hendricks here, John.
Again, you see the wheel movement there very quickly as they go sideways, but look, Rutherford's losing momentum, you see, as you see from that inside shot. And now Rutherford closing up on Hendricks again. He's so fast through the dogleg, and now he goes low through into 3, and he's inside.
It looked like a burst of speed there almost, John. I don't know what he may have gained on that inside line, but boy, it helped him get by Hendricks, who also bobbled there for just a moment.
Rutherford puts him away. He caught Hendricks out, and he's on the march. Boy, Lone Star JR really winds this oval up.
Johnny with that dramatic move from 5th to 4th overall in this race. He was bursting with confidence when he arrived in Phoenix, John. I think he's put more miles on this oval than probably all the rest of the Corvette Challenge competitors combined.
You're absolutely right. Lone Star knows his way around. 3rd is in his sights, and he's on the move. Oh, Jim, the camera's missed it. A slide for life. I think it's car number 15.
You know, no question, here he is, Doug Clark, number 15. Didn't touch a thing, John. He's spun in 4.
But there's a yellow. Jim, this is going to make it a new race. Willie Lewis had a great big lead. Suddenly, we got a new race here.
Look out. Pace car's out. The field has to line up.
This has got to be tough. Let's go down to Larry Nuber in the pits.
It looked like it was going to be easy, but this late yellow flag is not what you guys were looking for.
Well, I was hoping it would stay green, but you whatever happens, happens. Fortunately, the fellow behind him is his teammate, so it'll be a clean fight at the end if there's a fight at all.
Lights are off on the pace car. He's out of it. That means we're ready for a restart here, John.
Watch Lone Star JR, that blue car in the back of the pack, the blue 92 Exxon car. Everybody, Jim, is running low. Look at Rutherford. He knows something. He's running high. There he goes. High is fast. He's past Pilgrim. He's closing on Cooper. He's now third. Wow, what an exciting restart.
Isn't that something? We saw Johnny earlier today, in fact, using that lower line, John, but I guess finally he decided, hey, let's go back to the old oval experience. We'll go for the outside. It worked for him.
High is fast. There he is. Look at him closing up in 3 on Cooper. No, backs off a little bit. They've got no more than 2 laps to go.
And look at Pilgrim coming up very strong on Legacy. Get the feeling here that Legacy's car is getting a little wide in this battle, John.
Well, Pilgrim's going left, going right, trying to go high, low. Legacy's determined to keep him behind him. And that's the name of the game. You've got to keep your position. Every lap costs money. There's Lewis, still in the lead. Boy, Lewis has been strong all day, Jim.
Well, I tell you, there's just, about a lap and a half to remain here. Rutherford's still trying to come on. The real fight is for second, John.
Rutherford, brilliant all day. This has been just fabulous racing, but I think Lewis is going to carry it. Oh, no, a yellow.
Oh, no. Oh, talk about... Okay, here's another first in our Corvette Challenge. On the last lap, a yellow?
This is bizarre. I mean, this is the first Corvette Challenge we haven't had a single crash, Jim.
What can I say? Willie Lewis has got to be the winner, John.
And, of course, the battle is for second place as Lewis wins. Is it Rutherford or is it Cooper? It's very, very close. But, you know, Jim, because it's under the yellow, I think Cooper gets second, Rutherford gets third.
Well, it turns out again it was number 15, Doug Clark, a little spin in forward, brought the yellow out, John.
Willie Lewis, very, very happy. Look at that gorgeous Corvette. $10,000 to the winner.
Welcome back to Phoenix, where we have had a strange finish. Willie Lewis leading this race almost from the start. He finished, wins it, under a yellow flag, John.
And down in the field, Bob Noakes wins the Sportsman Award in 8th. Peter Lockhart from Canada is 9th. Stu HAYNER, the series champion, is 11th. And you know, the winner, Willie Lewis, is on his way to winning the True Sports IndyCar test, which goes to the champion at the end of this season. Willie Lewis has got to be excited.
Well, it turns out to be excellent for Willie Lewis in the oval. Larry Nuber with him now.
Well, this is a long ways from ice racing in Europe. Qualified 5th on the grid, Willie, and we knew you were going to be competitive, but you made it look easy once you got going. We'll let you take your hat off here. And I know it was very warm in there. Temperatures well over 100 degrees in the air here on pit road, and we're speculating that they were at least 110. But inside the cockpit was a nice place to be, wasn't it?
It was a power of concentration. This is the first time I've run an oval, and all we had to do was spare the tires and just keep it cool. And I was watching the fight behind me and just holding on.
That was the difference between qualifying and race speed. A little more concentration, no changes to the race car setup.
Yeah, we basically had the setup in qualifying, and we just stuck with it, so we knew what we had.
You know, this is one of North America's best kept secrets. $100,000 goes to the guy who wins the points. You got a nice start.
No secret now, and we're going for it.
Well, the story of the race was my bet, the veteran Johnny Rutherford.
Way to go, Johnny.
Hey, this was his move on the restart that gave him 3rd place. Larry with him now.
You must have been watching that Indy 500 when Bobby Rahal passed Kevin Cogan late in the race when
I did it long before Bobby Rahal ever came around. Only thing I could hope for on a restart was that nobody would slip outside and get in that groove, and I knew that we were going slow enough I could use it without slipping, and it worked.
What about the move, John? Is it a shift of gears in the cockpit, or you just tromp on the throttle?
It's just getting down into the corner, braking normally, and then just staying high, and then getting back in the throttle very quickly, and using that high groove to, while everybody else dives down and is waiting on one another, you can get in the throttle and go.
This is a nice start for you in '89. I mean, it's $100,000. It's not like winning the Indy 500, but it's nothing to sneeze at, is it?
It really isn't, and this is a lot of fun. This Corvette Challenge is a great proving ground for young drivers, as most of them are coming up, and it teaches you finesse and a little patience in one of these things, and that's what it takes in an Indy car, is to be very smooth and straight, and that's what you got to do with these. So it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it.
Willie Lewis, the ice racer, dominates in the heat on the oval at Phoenix. It's his win to start the Corvette Challenge. Next, the road course in Dallas. We'll catch you there. For Larry Nuber and John Powell, I'm Jim Paulson. Have a good day.